diesel is, in my opinion, magic. It's full efficient. The people say, no, Mr. Lopez, that's not true. The diesel engines have a bad reputation in the world. And I want to say to you that the people are wrong. Diesel is highly efficient in different terms. Today we are going to talk about the efficiency in diesel engines and why the diesel engines are, in comparison with gas or alcohol or propane engines, highly efficient. Highly efficient. And let me put an example. Suppose that I have a a.c.r boat. It's a a.c.r boat 40 feet. Originally, it's coming with 2 gasoline engines, 2 Mercruisers, and it's 2,000. The year is 2,000. What is the price of that boat in good condition? It's around $40,000, $60,000. That boat. Yes or no? You are familiarized with those boats. What happened, Captain, if you have that boat, exactly the same boat, not with 2 Mercruisers, with 2 Caterpillars or 2 Cummins engines? How much is the price of that boat? Is 40,000?
80.
No,
Maybe like
it's more. It's $400,000 because now it's diesel. It's a huge difference. The price of the boat with gasoline engine is practically nothing. That's true, no?
Yeah,
How much is the price of a generator, marine generator, 10 kilowatts gasoline? $5,000, $6,000. What is the price of that generator, 10 kilowatts, diesel?
Probably 15.
15. Wow, it's huge difference. Why? Because the captains, the owners, the people know the efficiency of the diesel engines. The people know how reliable, how confident are the diesel engines in comparison with gasoline. The people know how easy is the diagnosis in diesel. The people know how easy is solved problems in diesel. It's too simple. In comparison with gasoline, you need to know about 1 million sensors and 1 million cables and 1 million codes. Yes, in diesel, Mr. Garfield, yes, you have the same codes. The OBD2 codes are universal for both of them. But the diagnosis in diesel is too simple. Before I talk about the gasket and the bearings and all of this, I want to talk about what is the meaning of an engine. Doesn't matter if it's gasoline or diesel. I want a simple definition, your definition about an engine. What do you think should be a good definition for an engine? You said at the beginning, oh, it's a machine that converts fuel into torque. You remember? It's because the people normally think that an engine, gas or diesel, is a machine that burns fuel. But no. An engine is a machine that burns air, no fuel. Use the fuel to burn air. Pay attention. That gasoline engine is a machine that uses gasoline to burn air. That one uses diesel to burn air. Oh, that one uses propane to burn air. Which one is more efficient? The gasoline engine, the diesel, or the propane? It's more efficient the engine that burns more air with less fuel. More amount of air with less fuel. This is the most efficient. But an engine is a machine designed to burn air. Nice, no? using that idea, why you think that in general is, according with that, is more efficient the diesel engine in comparison with the other gas, propane, alcohol engines? Why you think, according with that previous definition, that the diesel engine is more efficient than the other one? Because those engines, the diesel engines, burn more air with a little amount of fuel. You know that the majority of the diesel engines are turbocharged, supercharged. What is the idea with those turbos and supercharged? Introduce in the combustion chamber more air and ignite that amount of air fully compressed with a small amount of fuel. That's why the diesel engine is more efficient. What is the enemy, in your opinion, of the engines? There are a lot of enemies.
Friction.
Friction. Thank you. Number one. Friction. Friction. Excuse me. Why he has an Honda Civic, I have another Honda Civic, and you have another Honda Civic? Why the car of him, 3 Honda Civic, the same year, the same model, why that car with only 80,000 miles, the engine, my car have 120,000 and this one 200,000, and both of them are running in good condition, and that one with 80,000 finished? Why? Because that guy never replaced the oil, never replaced the filter, and what happened internally? Too much friction, friction, too much wear in between the metals, and bingo, bye-bye. That guy with 200,000, that guy replaced the oil each 3,000 miles. The recommendation is 7,000, and he replaced each 3,000. The compression is perfect, no leaks, no nothing in that engine. Oh, I replace each 5,000. That guy is organized with the service, filters, and the engine is in perfect condition. That guy keep internally the engine moving the parts with no friction. The problem is the friction. The problem is the friction. When the metal touch other metal, what happened?
Heat.
Friction, temperature goes up, and suddenly broke. If you are the captain of a boat, you need to check 2 gauge constantly: temperature and oil pressure. No, captain.
Yes, sir.
You should be familiarized with the position of the needle in both gauge. I recommend mark the normal position in normal conditions. If suddenly one day other guy is driving my car or my boat, if that needle goes up, immediately stop, because you have problems. You understand? The temperature should be in the range recommended for the manufacture of that engine, and the oil pressure in the point recommended for the manufacturer. If those needles goes in a different position, you have problems. Oil pressure and temperature. We are going to take a sample of oil, and we are going to send the sample of oil to the laboratory, and we are going to receive the report from the laboratory, and we are going to analyze what happened with the sample. And only with the sample, I have high level of chromium. The normal should be this, and this one is the actual, too high. Where I have chromium? Oh, piston rings. Okay, I have wear piston rings. If I have the piston rings wear, what is the symptom in my engine? No compression, low compression. Then let me check the compression. Oh yes, I have low compression in cylinder 1, 3, and 5. That's why I have chromium. Oh wow. Let me check. I have excessive amount of nickel. Nickel. Oh, the heat exchanger is fabricated in nickel, copper nickel alloy. This is why I have the needle of temperature a little higher 2 weeks ago. The heat exchanger is broken. And this is why I have coolant outside of my boat. Bingo! Because the nickel. Let me check. If you check medal by medal, it's exactly the same, my friend, when you visit the doctor. When you visit the doctor, what is the number one order of the doctor?
Blood work.
Blood. Go over there, take a blood, and come back tomorrow with the result. No? And you come back tomorrow, doctor. And the doctor said, you have low level of iron. You need that. You that. It's exactly the same that we are going to do with the oil sample. Exactly the same. We are going to take two samples, oil and coolant. I recommend for you, captains, take both samples per year, once per year. I normally, when I was engineer, I took those samples in December, at the end of the year, and I sent to the laboratory. The analysis of each sample is $45, $50. Any dealer of Detroit, Caterpillar, Cummins, they have laboratories and they analyze. The only that you need, I'm going to explain in that chapter, is in a plastic bottle. You take a sample, you put a label with the serial number of the engine, the model of the engine, the type of oil used, and the intervals where you change the oil. That's it. With that information, they create the report. And with the report, you analyze the engine. The majority of the marine engines, the cooling system use raw water in the heat exchanger. No? In the exhaust manifold, where the gases goes out, is mixed with the salt water and goes out together. When the flow of raw water in the heat exchanger is good, is appropriate, the temperature in the exhaust pipe of the gases is good. When the temperature of the gases increase, is because what?
Less flow
You
of
have
water.
lack of raw water. The flow of raw water is not good. No? For that reason, in the majority of the diesel engine, marine engine, you have a gauge indicating the temperature of the exhaust gases. And you need to be familiarized with that temperature to verify that the raw water is circulating properly in my engine. Later we are going to talk about that. Yes, 3 gauge, oil pressure, temperature, and exhaust gas temperature. We are going to use some formulas about physics, about the horsepower, and about torque, and about efficiency. Because we are going to measure the efficiency in different ways. And we are going to use the output torque in different ways to calculate the capacity of the turbocharger and the size of the motor mounts. Yes, my friend, let me explain something about that. When you have an internal combustion engine, when I say internal combustion engine, could be gasoline or diesel, any of those, or alcohol or propane, yeah? When you have an engine, you can have that engine naturally aspirated, or that the same engine supercharged or turbocharged. What is the difference between the engine naturally aspirated and the engine turbocharged or supercharged? What is the engine naturally aspirated?
No force reduction. Sucks in its own air. There's no
Is the engine that when the piston is going down, suction, ambient air of atmospheric pressure. That's it. The air enters in the piston, in the cylinder, when the piston is going down at atmospheric pressure. That's it. What about the same engine turbocharged? When the piston is going down, what happens? The air enters at atmospheric pressure plus the extra pressure of the turbo. What is the name of that extra pressure? Boost pressure. Boost pressure. What is the advantage of the second engine in comparison with the first one? The turbocharged engine in comparison with the naturally aspirated.
more efficient.
The second one introduced in the combustion chamber more air. When the explosion is produced in the second one, what about the power of the detonation in comparison with the previous one? The power of detonation in this one is huge in comparison with this. And at the end of the day, this engine produces higher torque in comparison with this. That's the difference in between the turbo and the naturally aspirated. Can I convert an engine naturally aspirated in a turbo engine or supercharged engine? Yes.
You gotta change the board.
Okay, yes, you need to take in consideration something that later we are going to study. But yes, you can. You need to be careful. You need to be careful because depending on the design of the engine, you can introduce an extra pressure, extra boost pressure, no more than this. If not, what happened during the explosion if you introduce too much extra pressure? The head explodes and you destroy the engine. You know those videos in YouTube about the drag cars, the dragsters?
Yeah.
They put 5 turbos in series, in parallel, and you know the head explode in the moment that that's too much. You need to calculate the turbo recommended for that engine. And the last chapter of this course is how to calculate that turbo recommended for this engine naturally aspirated. This is nice because we are going to do the calculations, and at the end of the day in the paper you have the information. Okay, those are the CFM that I need. This is the dimension of the turbo, and this is the capacity of my turbo in PSI, the boost pressure. With that information, you go to any fabricator, any manufacturer of turbos, and you say, I need that turbo for this engine 5.7 liters. And they say, yes, this is the turbo recommended, those CFM and that boost pressure. Yes, because I calculate that. Okay, guys, we are going to do that calculation. This is a nice part. This is the last project of this class. And what happened if in that case I have my engine naturally aspirated, and now I convert the engine in turbo? What element additional to the head and the manifold and other things that I need to take in consideration? What other important thing I need probably replace or upgrade in the new engine?
Exhaust. Prop.
Yeah, exhaust, yeah. Probably the motor mount. The motor mount, because the new one is strong. And what happened with the small motor mounts originals? With the new engine are broken easily, and probably the engine turned it, no? Yes, I need replace those small motor mounts for the big ones, because right now my engine is turbo. Hey, my friends, with the turbo, normally you double, you multiply times 2 the torque and the horsepower. Wow, it's incredible. You have another engine. Yes, you need modify the motor mounts, and probably you need modify in your boat the stringers. You need create an stringers bigger, and you need create brackets in aluminum or stainless steel, marine grade, on the stringers to avoid that the engine broke the stringers. That's nice, no? We are going to calculate the new motor mounts, the turbo, starting with information related with the torque. For that reason, we are going to use that formulas every day: horsepower, torque, and efficiency. You remember that torque is equal to force times the radius, no? And the formula that we are going to use in the future is also 52 times the horsepower and divided by the engine RPMs. This is the formula that we are going to use. And what is this horsepower? This is the horsepower that you have in the catalog of your engine. The original horsepower, the design horsepower. And this is the torque. What is the meaning of that? That depending of what, you have more or less torque, according with that formula. What is the element that affect the output torque?
RPM.
The RPMs. For that reason, in the future, we are going to calculate three torques. One torque in idle, other torque in a peak torque or peak efficiency, and other torque in a wide open throttle at full RPMs. Which one of those torques should be higher?
The idle.
The idle, less RPMs. And which one should be less?
The wide.
The wide open throttle. However, each manufacturer recommends use your engine in some RPMs where the engine is more efficient. This is the point of a maximum torque and maximum horsepower. This is the peak of efficiency. In this point is the maximum efficiency. How much are, in general, the RPMs, the range of RPMs in a typical marine inboard diesel engine? How much are the RPMs in idle?
About 900.
Is in between 800 and 900. Where are located the maximum efficiency or peak efficiency RPMs in a typical diesel engine? 1500. 1500. Depending of the manufacturer. And normally where are located, what is the range of wide open throttle RPMs in a typical inboard marine diesel engine?
23 to 25.
Around 2500 RPMs. Around, depending of the manufacturer. 2500 RPMs. That's great. We are going to do an example. Those are your papers, Dr. Winter. Okay. We are going to calculate. Suppose that I have an engine of 400 horsepower. How much is the torque in idle? Can you help me, please? You enjoy the class, guys?
Yes, sir.
You remember that guy?
Good morning, good morning. Everybody's still like looking sleeping, cold. Fred, I almost gave Fred a heart attack yesterday.
He surely did.
2,000. It's 2,000.
Wrong class.
How much is that? Jimmy?
24, 24.
Is 24, 24, 24 foot-pounds, because it's torque.
Yeah.
All right. How much is the torque in the point of maximum efficiency? Times 1500 and divided, excuse me, 400 and divided by 1500. How much is that? And this one is how much is the second one?
1,400.
The second one?
Yeah.
And the last one? Excuse me? 840? 840 foot-pound, no? Foot-pound. Hey, my friends, look at this. When you try to tow a trailer, it's good idea accelerate too much. You lose a lot of energy and you produce a little torque. Where you produce high torque? At low RPM. Completely opposite, no? Like you think. The people try to, and you see the wheels spinning but doing nothing.
So the torque is just at the beginning.
Correct. In low RPMs, you see the car making a lot of force. Okay, when you gain more speed, you accelerate more. Great. Yes, my friends. For that reason, we are going to use those three torques. The torque in idle, the torque at the peak torque, the point of maximum efficiency, and the torque in wide open torque. Why I organized this program with the diesel courses before than the gasoline and after that transmission? Because with my experience, I know that when the people understand the diesel engine, when the people disassemble the diesel engine, when the people repair the diesel engine, we are going to do that project here. After that, understand the gasoline engines is too simple. We tried sometimes to put the order different with Danny. First gasoline and after that diesel, and was bad experience. Diesel, if you understand diesel, after that is easy, the rest. We are going to visit two companies in this couple of courses. We are going to try to visit the Detroit diesel, Florida Detroit diesel, and we are going to visit also Pantropic, Caterpillar. And those couple of companies, they love it, my students. They hire normally 4 or 5 people of this class, each company. When we visit both of them, we are going to see a lot of my students working over there with good salaries, making a good career in those companies. I hope you enter in any of those companies. Both companies are wonderful for me. I love it. And the salaries are excellent. The opportunities to training is wonderful. Okay, guys. We are going to do a laboratory, a big laboratory. The big laboratory is that we are going to repair a diesel engine. But in the middle, we are going to solve it small projects. The head, the lubrication system, the fuel system, the cooling system. Yeah, each topic is one project. It's a lot of projects, and it's funny. And also, we are going to work in groups of 4 people. 4 people per group. Try to select good partners, because the project is successful if you have good partners. If not, it's frustrating. No? Try to select good partners. Try to enjoy the project, because the project is a nice project, and we are going to try to pass a good time. No? Funny days working here.